Hello dear students, and welcome to the first genre of literature, which is about fiction. We mentioned lots of things about fiction. We left Mr. Jones and his animals on the barn, on the farm, in the forest. They were discussing. Suddenly a story sprang up. It was about England and Ireland, saying peace of England, peace of Ireland, and so on and so forth. You have to get back into your syllabus to go back to have a recourse to that on the book of literature. Are you ready for the second genre? The second genre, dear students, is very important. It is as important as both fiction and poetry, but it is different from them. Let us begin. Objectives first. Let us highlight the objectives. Number one, by the end of this unit, you are expected to be able to define significant concepts of drama. Define means give a definition. Significant concepts of drama means important ideas of drama. The second point is discriminate, distinguish between comedy, tragedy, and tragicomedy. Number three, use terms, use terminology and concepts, ideas of drama to analyze and discuss drama works. You will be a critic for other people's work, for other poets' work, if you study drama in a better way. And the last point is you might study critically specific drama works, as we said. So let us begin by defining drama. Definition of drama. Drama is the form of literature, is a genre, as we say, genre of literature, which is intended to be performed, usually, dear students, in some sort of theater, not in all theaters it is performed. As a form of literature, drama is both similar to and different from other forms of literature, namely fiction and poetry. How is it? How is that? How it is similar to them and different from them? Let us highlight that. Drama is just like fiction and poetry in being a text which aims at communicating ideas, concepts about certain issues. It has similar elements such as setting, plot, characters, climax, etc. There are many others which we will discuss them later. It, however, differs from both fiction and poetry in several aspects. Drama has one characteristic peculiar to itself, which is not found in the other genres of literature. Moreover, drama uses dialogue. Of the four major fictional points of view, the dramatist, the person who works with drama, is limited to only one. That is the objective of drama. You know, that is the objective of drama. That is the target behind drama, the aim behind drama. Finally, most works of drama are divided into acts and scenes, you know, parts and particles, acts and scenes. Let us highlight the types of drama, the kinds of drama, the sorts of drama. Plays can be classified into several types, you know. However, in this introductory course of your syllabus, it will suffice, it will be enough to familiarize yourself with the major types. The major types are These are comedy, tragedy, and tragic comedy. Tragicomedy. Let us define comedy first. For the sake of convenience, dear students, for the sake of convenience of drama, let us define comedy. Comedy is a broad type, a wide type, which encompasses which contains a large variety of different sorts of literary works. Nevertheless, the term comedy is often used to refer to a kind of plays which is intended to entertain and amuse the audience. Through drama, if you don't amuse the audience, you might fail. We say that this is a very bad dramatist. So, if you want to amuse the audience, you must act properly. To that end, and which happily, the drama part should end happily so that the audience might be happy. The aim of comedy is to amuse and teach as well. Not only entertainment, not only amusement, but teachings behind the dramatic style. Comedy of manners. Let us highlight comedy of manners. Manners means conduct, behavior. This form of comedy focuses on love intrigues of people in high social classes. Let us highlight that again. This kind of comedy focuses on love intrigues of people in high social classes. Let us see, you look at the photograph here. You look at the picture. Two people, a king and a queen. You see? A king and a queen. You know, they are loving, they love each other, and they are ready to sacrifice, you know, everything for each other. So let us have the romantic comedy. This is another genre, romantic comedy. This type of comedy involves heroines and heroes. Heroines, the wives of the heroes, who they fall in love, experience difficulties, and eventually at last overcome these and achieve happiness ever after. You know, every cloud has a silver lining, as we say. So after a dichotomy, they might be well again. This type of comedy is often light-hearted and unrealistic because lots of ice-breaking might be there. The wife says to the husband, "Oh, I haven't seen a man like you." A husband says to his wife, "I haven't seen a woman like you." That's ice-breaking, and it is legal, by the way. Let us have satiric comedy. We have another genre. It's a satiric comedy. This type of comedy uses satire. Why? To criticize. It makes fun of violators of social norms, political, social, economic policies, and human folly in general. This is satiric comedy. You know, sarcastic style is used here. Let us have the last one, which is farce. This is a type of comedy which intends basically, primarily, to provoke laughter. It makes people laugh. It usually employs exaggerated characters, hyperbolic characters, and complex plots, very complicated plots with mistaken identity as a component. You know, that's a camouflage. This is very important. Farce is very important, you know, in drama. Sometimes you do it because you want to discover what's behind the tragedy. You see? Tragedy now is a genre of drama which traces the downfall of a great person or people. It is often serious and has an unhappy ending. You see? We call it anticlimax. We have the climax, the maximum possible height of a drama is called climax, and we have the anti-climax, which goes down with the character, with the dramatist. Most plays of this type are about the fate of individuals, what will happen to them, who are of significance, who are of importance, and have high status, such as kings, queens, a monarch, or Superman, superhuman beings. However, at the present time, those individuals can be ordinary people. You know, from ordinary people to the top people. That is possible. Let us have the third part, which is tragedy-comedy, intermingling together, you know, ambivalent of feelings. Tragedy is a work of drama in which both tragedy and comedy are mixed, are intermingled, as we say. In this type of plays, people from high and low social classes, we have the upper class and the lower class, you know, these are social classes, are depicted on the stage, are illustrated on the stage. Protagonists are made to come close to death, yet in spite of this, they are unexpectedly rescued at the end, before they go astray, before they die. Examples of these plays, of the plays here, which belong to this sub-genre of drama, are found in the following table. Let us highlight the table. We have the play, and we have the playwright, the person who wrote this play. We call them the playwrights. For example, Merchant of Venice, تاجر البندقية, by William Shakespeare. This is the playwright. He is the great dramatist. He is the great playwright, which England had never seen and will never see. You see, The Winter's Tale, The Winter's Story, also by William Shakespeare, you know, and Waiting for Godot. Up till the end of the story, Godot did not appear. The people dispersed. Everyone left for their own affairs. But unfortunately, Godot did not appear. This is by another playwright called Samuel Beckett, English poets. These are English playwrights and English poets. Let us highlight elements of drama now. Elements of drama are very important, dear students. Aristotle, you see, the Greek philosopher, Aristo, we call him Aristotle. Aristotle, the Greek philosopher between 384, 322 BC, stands for before Christ, قبل الميلاد. This Greek orator, this Greek philosopher outlined 6 elements of drama in his famous work, The Poetics. They are, one of them is theme. This element refers to what the play means. The theme refers to what the play means. It refers to thought and ideas. You know, they are synonymous. Sometimes the theme is explicitly, obviously stated through dialogue by a character acting as the author's voice. The author's voice. Sometimes the theme is obviously shown in the title, in the very top title or the subtitle, whatsoever the case might be of drama. At other times, the theme is less obvious, you know, and appears only after some effort, thought, or study, you know, action. Let us come to the action. Actions speak louder than words. That is in literary form. Actions means the events of a play. It is the plot or what happens. The action must possess unity. This is number one. And it must follow a pattern, a sequence, in which each event starts the next event. One leads to the other. The plot of a play is just like the plot of fiction, as we mentioned before. It is the author's selection, selection and order of events, taxonomy of events, one after the other, or incidents to shape the action, to give it a shape. Look at the following diagram. Let us have a look at this diagram. On the top upright hand side, we have the climax. On the right hand side, we have the falling action, that is resolution. Falling action, you know, the action from the top coming to the bottom. You see the arrow. These, you know, these illustrate the poet, the playwright, at the peak of his power, at the zenith of his power. He is on the top, climax. Then, by doing things which are not accepted, he fell down. He made the falling action of resolution. And let us look at the left hand side now. Rising intonation, rising action. Just like when you speak, your voice goes up. That's rising intonation. When you answer the question asked by someone, you answer it in a falling intonation. You know, this is the same in drama. Let us have the third event coming number 2. Second event, first event, conflict. Conflict is dispute. Sometimes you argue about something. This is conflict. You don't agree, you disagree with something. And the last of which is situation. The situation, you can start by the situation and go up until you reach the climax, or the opposite might be all right. If from a climax you come down, people will characterize you by being a failure. You see? Let us have another look at characters and see how the characters go up and how they come down to the bottom. Characters are people presented in the play. The playwright shows us the characters in action. The reader or audience infers what a character is like. For example, his or her personality, age. Sometimes some dramatists, some playwrights, age begin to tell on them. So they say very nasty things. And the third one is appearance. The appearance. Sometimes handsome is as to handsome does. A kind heart is more important than the beauty of appearance. And the fourth one is beliefs, what you believe in. And the very important one, the fifth one, is education. And the last one, the semi-last one, sorry, is social status. Married, single, bachelor. And the last one is also economic background. Rich background or poor background. These also are taken into consideration from what the character says, does, or thinks. Dramatized characters are generally convincing and lifelike. These are professionals. Dramatized characters are professional characters, generally convincing. People will be convinced when they see their performance on the stage, when they have a look at their scenes. You know, they are convinced. And these people are active, lifelike, you know, full of life. Let us have a speech, a talk, a pep talk about language. As you see, as you know, dear students, in literary speaking, language is a means of communication among living creatures, not between people. Because other creatures have language. Subhanallah. Language is the choice of words here with regard to drama. It is the choice of words, the selection of words and structures by the author. The dialogue, verbal exchanges between characters plays 3 important functions. The dialogue, verbal exchanges between characters play 3 important functions. It moves or advances the plot. It moves forward the plot or advances it forward. Provides exposition, another pronunciation, exposition, and establishes setting and reveals characters. This is very important. The language is very important because through language you understand people and you become understood by them. Without language, you might be just gesturing, and gesture is another language, but not for people who can, who can communicate in words. Let us talk about music. Music is also a very important genre as an element of drama. This music contains the rhythm of dialogue and speeches in a play. Music is not a component of every play, by the way. Yet, in spite of that, it can be used. So, music can include sound effects, as here, voices of the actors, songs, and instrumental music played as underscore in a drama. This is very important, dear students, and you might have recourse to it throughout the whole book. And just consult your book. Consult your book. Let us talk about the last one, which is spectacle. This element of drama contains all aspects of scenery, costumes, the way you dress yourself up, and special effects in a production. The visual components of the play created for theatrical event. Theatrical of the theater, by the way. Theatrical of the theater. Theatrical event means theatrical incident. And the qualities determined by the playwright himself or herself that create the world and atmosphere of the play for the audience eye. Because the only arbitrators on that day of your performance of the drama are the audience. If the audience are happy with you, bakhtak. If the audience are unhappy, means that you have to serve anticlimax instead. So let us have the greatest playwright ever in England. William Shakespeare was born. This is a biography about him. Let us stop for a little bit and highlight the difference between biography and autobiography. Biography is a CV written about the author or the playwright or someone important, unfortunately, after he had died, after his death, or after their death. We talk about them using biography. But autobiography, the name suggests, auto means self, automatic, working by itself. So auto, A-U-T-O, means self. Autobiography, the autobiography is a story about someone important written by himself or herself. This is the difference. Autobiography written by a person himself before he dies. Unfortunately, biography written about him after his death. So William Shakespeare was born in 1564 in Stratford-on-Avon. This is a district in England. He wrote Macbeth in 1606. Shakespeare was both a playwright, as I told you, and an actor. He wrote about 36 plays and 150 poems. Poetry. Also, he was a poet. Shakespeare died in 1616 on the very day he was born, believe it or not. Plot. Let us have the plot. Macbeth and Bango, two Scottish generals in the army, are going back home after a victorious battle against an army of rebels. The rebellion of the Thane of Cawdor against King Dorcan of Scotland. When they are met by three witches, these witches foretell, a witch foretells the future. claims that she foretells the future. Nobody can do that. Foretell what Macbeth shall be king of England. You know the witches which they met or who they met, they used to foretell that Macbeth shall be king of England, of Scotland, and Bangu together. Bangu shall be father to many kings. So Bangu is a person who shall be father to many kings. Macbeth is deeply affected by their words, attracted by their words. His wife, Lady Macbeth, encourages, urges, made them enthusiastic, encourages him to murder Duncan, to kill him. To murder him means to kill him. The king of Scotland, Duncan, the king of Scotland, while he is a guest at their castle. See the plot. Inviting him to their castle and then murdering him. And then murdering him. Murdering him at the castle, and the king honors Macbeth by coming to stay at his castle. You know, ladies and gentlemen, dear students, with this I should like to end the plot, hoping to see you next time. Let me thank the production administration here, the administration of production, and let me thank the team working to reproduce this work behind the curtain. Thank you very much, and let me see you next time. Thank you.